Hello everyone, Super Reaction Bros back here again. And today we have another Watch Mojo video. This time, a quick top 10 video on the best sci-fi films of the 80s. Now, of course, for those who are millennials watching this, the 80s were a time where fashion was really stupid. Video games were still in their infancy. Oh, the video games today were still in their infancy.
We're still getting started and getting
The
pretty much.
internet was still an idea essentially. It wasn't made to the public yet.
Government had it first.
Yeah, the government had what he said, and there a lot of stuff happened. But most of all, we got some really awesome flicks.
We have got Back to the Future, Terminator,
Tron, RoboCop,
RoboCop.
the original RoboCop, not the craptastic one.
Well, it was all right, but still, the original RoboCop, the very first one. You also had what else? You had a few. You had freaking Star Wars. Pretty much
yeah.
Star Wars. Pretty much that just dominated through the 80s. But
yeah, mainly the episodes 5 and 6.
Yeah, maybe 5 and 6. Pretty much those are the ones that really. After the first one came out, it's like when the 80s was like, whoa, we want more.
So pretty much, if you lived in the 80s, and you were a sci-fi nerd, you had a really rocking time in the theaters.
Oh yeah.
So it says it's a quickie, so I guess we're not going to really get into specifics as to why they put them in. I guess so.
But it'll be interesting what they chose as the best ones for the top 10. But let's get this started.
So let's check it out.
Right. That was the one that really kicked it off.
Predator.
You one ugly
Motherfucker.
Yep, RoboCop.
Oh, we shoot through between the legs and gets him to jump.
Your move, Creed.
Ghostbusters, I knew it was getting something.
Oh, this is a bunch of cartoons.
Oh yeah. Oh man, it's not the most famous one of all. Hey, Bert.
What's Shatterhand was?
Go!
Later Iron.
Oh yeah,
Which
that's
is
a
actually
classic.
getting a sequel.
Oh yeah, it is. The Terminator.
Original Terminator.
Original.
And not a lot of people know
My calculations are correct.
when
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour,
you're gonna see some serious shit.
Yep. Classic.
About a boy and his raisin-skinned alien.
Yeah,
Get away
from her.
Bitch.
Get away from her, you bitch!
And of course, Empire Strikes Back. Wasn't that one of your favorites?
I think it was Empire.
Want more Watch Mojo? Check out
Damn,
more
they
Quickie.
weren't joking.
It was
That
a
was-
quickie.
that was
It was
quickie.
quickie, but you can tell we named was it already a few that were in there. But that was another one we forgot. They didn't. It wasn't on the list, but was Mad Max. That was another one. Yeah, Fury Road. The first one was like to me like the origins, and then the second one was more of it's like the true what Mad Max is now that we know of. But you could tell there's like oh my goodness, there's a few in there that we didn't mention.
I mean, this list could be debated for ages. I mean, there's so many other sci-fi movies, not like A-list, but more like lower B-list, things like that. I mean,
Everybody has their
it
own
was
top 10.
an insane. Like I said, 80s had some of the most iconic science fiction movies of all time. Sure, 70s really truly gave it. I mean, you're more of a, when it comes to different decades, you know.
Yeah,
you've seen,
you see over time in the
hell,
80s.
88 was Akira, which
Freaking-
revolutionized, which helped revolutionize anime essentially in America.
It really it pretty much just opened up to what you can do in anime, and that's from that point on. Once Akira came out, I mean, I think there were earlier movies. I'm not too sure. I think there was a little bit early. I think was it? Yeah, I think a little bit earlier that we had you had Ninja Scroll, but Akira is the one that really just launched with the story, how phenomenal the story was. But You got a lot of great movies that they have
Yeah,
listed here. There's so many good
Blade
movies.
Runner's getting a sequel is now
Yeah.
in pre-production getting a sequel over 30 years later. I mean, that's just insane. I mean,
Because people want so much more from these movies that just were iconic for its time.
and you saw during our reaction, we knew some of the lines they were gonna say.
That's how iconic these ones are.
I mean,
And these are some of the birth of some of these great even freaking from Aliens to even Predator, the birth of these great characters.
exactly.
It's amazing. Fact, real quick, because you had that quick scene in Terminator, Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
If some of you don't know, he's the only actor to ever get killed not only by a Terminator, an Alien, but also a Predator. He's been killed by pretty much by each of the greats. So he's the one actor you could say going, yeah, I got killed by each iconic character.
And now a lot of people know that unlike Terminator 2, Terminator 3, and so on, Terminator 1 wasn't really an action movie.
No, it wasn't.
It was more like a slasher flick.
That's
in a way.
It's
more like a science fiction slasher flick, essentially.
It just became such a fandom that people were just like they wanted more. That he was like, you know what, I'll do one. I'll do one more at least.
Yeah,
and the second one, that's when it really kicked it in.
And like I said, first Terminator was just simple, but then they ramped it up, and after that, all the other ones started following Terminator 2's template.
Yeah.
Even to the current Terminator that's out.
It started creating its own timeline within the movie universe itself, and it just created its own timeline. And sometimes directors just want to do the film just like it's just a great story. That's it. But a lot of times they don't have plans for like future flicks because it's like this is the one story I stuck with. But it's like the first two were just so great.
Yeah, but other than that, everybody's gonna have their own 10 list of the 80s sci-fi flicks. I mean, for most part, this was a solid list. I mean, there's gonna be a bunch of people out there with different lists and overall
who agree and disagree with certain ones. They're like, no, this is my number one, or that one should be last, or something like that. But
regardless, you should check out all your own lists for favorite 80s flicks, probably sci-fi 80s flicks. I mean, yours are probably gonna vary, but everybody's gonna probably vary, but you're gonna have a fun time watching all of them.
Oh yeah, but like we said, the 80s was just the for movie theater wise, to me was the launch of just blockbusters that we get now. I mean, don't get me wrong, we had blockbusters before the 80s, but this was just a whole chunk of movies you had here, and it's like that revolutionized the way we see filmmakers and filmmaking even now to this day. Movies that they came out there, and over time they developed so many other extra little movies and little side projects here and there, even to this day, like how we mentioned, like with RoboCop and Blade Runner and stuff like that. How they still wanted to do it because it's like we need something for our millennials, for our newer fresh faces that know who these characters are.
Exactly.
Some of them are good. Some of them are like just keep it the way it was because that's what made it so iconic. But like I said, we're always gonna say, this is their top 10. We personally have our own top 10 pretty much for 80s, and I know you do too. But I enjoyed it. So
yeah, same here. So if you're new to the channel, you can like, comment, share, and subscribe.
You want to see our last video that we did? Bam! It's right here. Just click right there and see what we've been up to lately.
And if you have a sci-fi movie from the 80s that we didn't mention or that you want everybody to know about, whether it's a top A-list blockbuster movie or a exploitation movie or one of those great B movies and stuff, let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, definitely.
We may be able to check it out later. So
yeah, especially if it's one like Fox said that we may never heard of, and check it out. So, but for now,
I'm Fox.
I'm Bruce.
That's been our SRB.
See ya
Later.